Chris, having had a good run in the FA Cup last season, is competing for trophies something that can be realistic for this club now?
I think we've got to be realistic and talk about another season in the Premier League. I think that's got to be our main aim. As always, establish ourselves in the Premier League. What position that we finish the next year? When the season ends, I haven't got a crystal ball on that one, but certainly that has to be our aim, to establish ourselves as a Premier League club year in, year out. I know Sean Dyche spoke about it, and I hugely admire what he's achieved. 4 or 5 years being in the Premier League is an enormous achievement for the likes of Burnley, and so it'll be an enormous achievement for the likes of Sheffield United as well. So that has to be. There was a process last year on the FA Cup. We had a completely changed side for the third round, and then changed it gradually. And as we sort of went deep into the competition, we made fewer changes. And I suppose we'll go down that road this year if we manage to get through on Thursday. But there'll be a lot of changes on Thursday, and then obviously there's a quick turnaround as well. But the Premier League has to be, for myself, my players, my football club and the supporters, the bread and butter, and we can't do anything to jeopardise anything. And every point, as I've always said, is hugely important. And of course, winning games of football, we enjoy, and we want that to happen. We want that mentality, we want that feel and rhythm coming into our game, which sometimes you only get with a settled side. But I've got to set that off against putting my best side out on Monday night against Villa, because as I said, every game in the Premier League is enormous, and every point is crucial, and that has to we have to make sure that, and I have to make sure that I have one eye on that game as well.
We've had a chance to speak to Oli Burke. You've got a track record of helping players to realise their potential at this football club. How much do you enjoy being able to do that, and is that something that could happen for Oli here as well?
We have to, Rob. As I've said before, we have to go down these roads. The one with Ravel last year, we needed somebody that could do something a bit different. But something a bit different is 45 and 50 million pound and 80 grand a week. I'd love to bring David Brooks back to this football club. Why wouldn't I? If he was available. And people talk about, and due respect to Bournemouth and Jason Tyndall and everybody there, and maybe I'm wrong in speaking about David, but I'd love to, we'd love to have kept David, or love to bring him back, a match winner, and the likes of them. You just see the likes of what, reportedly what Jack Grealish is signing for, and what he's worth. So we have to take chances on players, and Oli knows that. I thought it was a great bit of business. It suits both clubs. Callum, as I said, a terrific boy who did well for us, but we felt that we needed something different on reflection of our first league in the first season in the Premier League. And Ollie's got a point to prove, but we have to go down this road. It's we can't go and get. We can't go and get somebody that for that sort of money. So we have to. Some lads sometimes that have not, hit the heights what they would like to have done in previous clubs. We've got to try and resurrect them, and with their help and our help, turn them into something that benefits us and our football club. The likes of what we've done with the other players. I think you must be bored about when you talk about the players that we've brought in here and got going again, and they've got going as well, Robert. I'll never say it's us. It's a combination of us and the players, and their attitude to it. But we're here to help, and we'll help us, Ollie, as much as we possibly can, and hopefully he finds a home, and he turns out to be a real asset for us, because that's the business that we're in, and that's the market that we shop in.
Florian Balogun at Arsenal is a name that has been linked. Have you had an offer rejected there, and is there still a chance that one could happen?
Yeah, we made an inquiry regarding the young man at Arsenal. Yeah, we made an inquiry, and that's left with the CEO at our football club and at Arsenal. So you know, I wanted to affect the areas of every different areas of the football club, which we felt we have done. I wanted to bring young players in, which I think we have done, and so you know, as you can imagine, sort of the last one that we've talked about, the top of the pitch. We want attributes that suit us and hopefully move us forward.
Oli, did you feel a weight of expectation with some of the previous moves that you had?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think when you move at such a young age and everything, and you know, at first I didn't even realise the figures, the fees, and as such. I was just mainly focused on the club I was going to and where I was heading really. But yeah, there's always weight put on your shoulders, and I don't think that's put on by yourself. I think a lot of that comes from the media and stuff like that. You know, when a lot of stuff comes out, it sort of piles that pressure on, and when it's out in the news and stuff, it's, you know, everybody sees it and sees it as a big thing. And I think I definitely felt a lot of pressure, but I think you sort of forget about them sort of things when you're training every day and stuff. You don't really think about it as much, but when you think about it, it does add a bit of pressure. You know, it's a lot of expectation and, you know, a lot of talk, you know.
Is it harder than maybe we actually think to move abroad and settle in? I suppose it's very easy to assume it's quite simple because Jadon Sancho has done it, but you're still very young, moving to a new country, different language.
Yeah, I think moving abroad is for anybody a difficult thing, but for me, I didn't mind. You know, I was ready for the challenge, and I quite like it. Quite like the thought of that, and learning a new lingua, as you'd say. And I mean, probably the one thing that's mainly difficult is getting in with a team, like the language barrier as such, and learning the language. Some of the boys don't speak, you know, English, but a few do, which helps. But yeah, I'd say that's probably the main thing that's difficult.
Are you looking now for a long-term home? Is it important for you to settle into a club and put down some roots?
Definitely, I think that's my main goal at the minute, is really settling down and settling down at Sheffield United. You know, it's such a great club. Very blessed to be here, and hopefully I can call this place home and play here for many years now, because I'm sick of packing my bags and moving everywhere. You know, I'm sort of living out a suitcase at the minute, but no, hopefully this is a place I can call home and really settle down.
What are your first impressions of the group and the culture here at Sheffield United?
Really good, yeah. Obviously, like I said, I know a few of the boys already, whether that's from international duty and stuff or from different clubs. The new boys as well, I know a few of them already, so that's really good. So we're all settling in really well, and there's such a great bunch of boys that they've very friendly, helped us settle in, and you know, we've cracked on training straight away, and yeah, really happy here already.
Is the League Cup something that Sheffield United can have a good go at this year, do you think? I mean, Aston Villa, as a promoted team last year, got to the final. I suppose it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Sheffield United could have a good run.
Definitely, I think every game you play, you want to win, and especially the Cup. I think it's such a big competition, and for us, we're going to go into it full steam ahead, you know, and treat it like every game should be treated. And yeah, really looking forward to it.
And finally, could a win against Burnley, you know, another Premier League team, I know it could be a very different team, but can it give you some momentum to take into the league?
Definitely, like you say, the momentum is really key. And I think a good win will put us in good stead, I think.